Hi, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your August 2021 money and career reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will be listed and linked in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Let's let the bowls sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Taurus, August 2021 money and career. Taurus, August 2021 money and career. Taurus, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Oh goodness, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. So at the bottom is our rooted self. The left-hand side is our inner self. The middle, our heart, our emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena, the public self. So let's see what the cards have to say. At our root, we have the Six of Cups. We have the Nine of Cups. We have the Four of Swords, and we have the Seven of Wands. We've been fighting something for a really long time. It's around either our own sense of worth within business and career, or being able to realize that there's a luck about us that we need to accept, that we need to call forward quite beautifully. But we also need to rest. There's something, again, we've been through this battle, we've been through this fight for such a long time that if we let ourselves rest and we let ourselves take in the blessings, we're going to see that they really do start to come. Things start to become a little bit sweeter. And then moves to the sun, absolutely. In our inner self, we have the Strength card, which is Leo energy, and the Fool, which is going to be this beautiful jump forward, this strength in personality and self and development, and this sense of power. Of course, the Strength card is also Leo energy, which if we have Leo within our chart somewhere, that part of our personality is going to come out very powerfully. We have the Magician standing in our power. We have the King of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If we have air sign energy within our chart, that part of our personality is going to be coming out very emotionally during this time, which might seem a little bit odd for an air sign energy, but it's going to be it's actually going to be quite in line with air sign energy, and it's going to add a dimension to what our hearts are seeing and what our hearts desire. The universe is opening, where we are opening, moving, and embracing so much more within it. And it brings us to being a student of our prosperity, a student of the bounty that is guiding us forward in a very real way. This is a fantastic time to learn. This is a fantastic time to plant seeds of, I want to start this business, or I want to learn this so that maybe one day I could start that, or I can heal this way, or I can let go of that hurt, that pain, so that I can propel myself forward better. This is the time to do it. If you want to be able to let the light shine severely within you, you have the Magician and the Sun card along with the Fool. That's just brilliant. As the universe opens and strength is on your side, it is just a brilliant combination that's moving us forward. And so many major arcana cards here that it's intensity and its power. So this is a time to strike. This is a time to lay down a new foundation. This is a time to take that risk, to go after it, to claim your blessing, and also to see yourself as blessed instead of somebody who is always simply battling and never stopping. Our chakra energy that we are going to be stepping into: Taurus, August 2021, money and career. Taurus, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly, guide this reading. It's inspiration. It's the sacral chakra. Now, the sacral chakra is always a tricky chakra because it is not only our creative energy and our sexual energy, but it's also where we store a lot of the negativity from this life and from past lives. So we want to move forward in the greatest blessing and the greatest beauty of ourselves. And so to be inspired, to embrace that dawn, to embrace that beauty. But we're also going to have so much that makes us think that we can't, that makes us think this new dawn isn't for us, it's going to be for somebody else. Or that these opportunities, these options, this beauty, it always gets to be for somebody else, but it'll never get to be for me. And this is going to be a time where we need to see ourselves releasing that mentality and embracing the creative, erotic beauty of life. And not simply in the sexual, but in the glorious, in the sense of this is life and beauty and existence, and no two sunsets are ever going to be the same. No two sunrises are ever going to be the same. Let me embrace the beauty of the now. The energy that we have to be mindful of during this time. What is the energy that Taurus needs to be mindful of? August 2021, money and career. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. The Hermit. We're going to need to be mindful of really turning too much into ourselves, really only viewing our own counsel, but also being very drawn to people who are only listening to themselves, who think that they have acquired all the answers, because we're going to think, oh my gosh, this person knows. They act like they know. They're embracing this knowledge, this passion, this power, this idea. They're holding everything up, but they're only looking at it through a very specific lens, and they're not taking anybody else's point of view. They're not looking at the different sides of the stories and the different beauties and intensities of the world around them. So it's going to be that even though they think they're seeing this expanse, what they're seeing is a very, very narrow sliver of reality. So that's going to be something that we need to be mindful of for ourselves and for the people that we are drawn to during this time. They need to be seeing the whole picture. We need to be seeing the whole picture and not just get caught up in one specific detail or one specific way of it being. Now we move to the Six of Cups, and the Six of Cups is the sense of nostalgia coming forward. It is the sense of something from the childhood and patterns really making themselves known within our lives, or falling back on old patterns that we thought we were finished with to begin with. So with the Six of Cups, we're going to need to look at things in a way, and in an open and honest way, because the Six of Cups is also the sense of nostalgia, the sense of, things were better when, or it was a better time once upon a time. So it can bring us to this place of beauty, of greater comprehension, of greater understanding, of the sense of, I want to repeat this. But it always has this underlying current of pain. But it can also bring us to our old insecurities, our old sense of, I'll never get to where it is that I want to be. I'll never have that door open. My caregiver told me, my teacher told me, my friend told me, my first, partner told me that I'll never get to the place that I want to be. And that insecurity is going to kind of come up, and its wound is going to make itself known, and there's something that's going to happen during this time, or it's just the insecurity coming that makes us doubt the way that we're moving forward, and we're not going to see the Nine of Cups, the blessing that comes forward that's as sweet as honey on our tongue. We need to see the sweetness, we need to see our blessings, we need to take in the cups and the nourishment and the hydration of soul and self that is around us in order for us to move forward. And the best way to do this is to make sure that we get proper sleep, is to make sure that we rest, that we take things in, that we know that divinity is guiding us, that we know that the doors are opening, that we're seeing things openly and honestly as we move forward, and that we're not we're not cutting ourselves down, because we're going to have a tendency. And we're also going to have a tendency to burn the flame at both ends. And then we're going to feel like zombies. We're just going to feel overwhelmed, and as if, we'll never be able to make the leeway that we want to make, and that everything is just kind of piling up against us. So do be very mindful of that. There's also going to be a sense of great revelations coming through our dreams. And as these revelations come, as we rest more, as we align our body, our souls, and ourselves more and more, we're going to see doors opening, and we're going to see ourselves being able to honor every single step of the road that we've been on, even if it hasn't been the most enjoyable road at times. The Seven of Wands, not always battling. We have been in fight or flight mode for so long. Our body is tired. We are tired. It has to do with career. It has to do with what what has become our career. So if you're saying, oh, I just stay home and take care of my kids, that's a heck of a job. That is a heck of a job. So don't undersell yourself at all. I'm just a caregiver for this person. No, don't undersell yourself at all. It is a job that contains fighting and determination and passion. And so here, it's being able to recognize that. And it's also saying, don't fight every fight, because when we're on fight or flight mode for too long, all of a sudden it becomes all that we know. It's our body's default mode. And what we have to do is we have to pull it out of the anxiety, out of the fear, out of the chaos, and into a centering. And so during this time, to center ourselves, to focus on what it is that we desire, to look and say, okay, what's worth my energy and what really isn't, is going to be intrinsically important. And it moves us then to the Fool. It moves us to jumping over the chaos of emotions. It moves us to seeing new possibilities, new rainbows, new joys are coming our way in our inner self. If we let it, there's this beautiful movement forward towards revelation. There's this beautiful sense of, who am I? Where do I need to be? What is it that I desire? Where is it that I'm going? And what was it that I was born for? There's a sense of getting back to the innate part of ourselves, to the part of ourselves that knew that spark, that knew that talent, that knew that wisdom, that glory, that beauty, when we were very small, before it was stamped out of us by others. And this is a time where we start to take it back, where we look at the journey that we're on and we say, you know what, I'm on the hero's journey. Not that my life has to be anything that is written down in epic tales, but if one person looks at you with love and adoration, if one person says, I depend on you, and you show up and pull through, that's an astounding thing. You have become a hero to one person at one moment in the world, and that is extraordinary. And if we had more people doing that, if we had, the world honoring that, that would be amazing. And this is a time where we're embracing our hero's journey, and we understand that people will think it's a fool's tale. People will think that it is foolish to head down this direction, to open up to these ideas, to move forward in this way. And that's fine, that's their opinion, it's not ours. And we move towards our passion, our determination, and towards our success. It brings us to strength. It brings us to allies that we didn't think we would have, but also things that we start to see are on our side that we didn't think were. It doesn't necessarily have to be people, but it can be something starts to make sense, something starts to click, things start to fall together, and it's like, yes, that's what I've been waiting for. It brings us to the sun. Now, this is also going to be a time where we have to understand that strength is not going to be the strength that it seems society admires so much. The big, muscular, strong, this is what strength is, this physical thing. It's the strength of the heart. It's the perseverance of the spirit. It's the determination of the soul. And it's going to be that strength is what calls to us in our career, in the way that we're moving forward, in what we desire, in the bigger picture of who we are and where we're headed. And it brings us to the sun. It says, let the happiness shine through, let the blessing shine through, let the beauty become. Because as I do so, I become more powerfully me. Now, this light is going to be taken by eyes, as the light always is whenever it shines in anybody. This is a time where we say, okay, you can have your opinions, you can try to knock me down, and you can take your, caustic mentality and try to rip away my joy and my success. But I will not let you. This is my passion, this is my power, this is my insight, these are my ideas. And this is what I'm moving forward in. This is my beauty of self. This is myself being able to shine forward. And it brings us to the magician. As above, so below. As you think it, so it becomes. This is a time in our hearts where we have to know that what we think affects us emotionally. And emotionally, how we feel affects us mentally. And this is a time where we have to claim our power. And it's a have to, which is a harsh thing to say at times, but it is also a necessary one. To know that there is such power within us that we don't even acknowledge daily or even weekly or monthly. We have to acknowledge that power now. To know that we were born with more gifts than we are seeing, than we are really holding in reverence in ourselves. To know that there is more to our world than meets our eye. And being able to see ourselves stand before the altar of what we desire and our passion and our wants and our needs and everything in between. And realize there is more to us, that we've undersold ourselves, that we now claim the beauty and the serenity of our spirit. It moves us to the King of Swords. It moves us to passion, to creativity, to insights, to ideas, to cutting through nonsense. It moves us to the warrior spirit, the warrior king, and it moves us to this place of fiery determination. It moves us to this place of spreading our wings and flying and going after and embracing what we desire. And it has us looking at things so much more in such a deeper way than we have ever looked at things before. We cut through the nonsense. We cut through the hurt and the pain. We cut through the false words. And now we're going to find ourselves really standing emotionally in the bare bone essence of who we are and what we want and saying, how do I make this work? How do I move this forward? Where is it that I want to be? And it's that kind of honesty. It's the head and the mind working together during this time that's going to open up the door, that's going to push us forward in a way that we hadn't expected, in a way that we hadn't anticipated. And it brings the world open to us. And what's so interesting here is the dichotomy. The universe is opened. The sky's the limit. Beyond the sky's the limit. And yet we are coming through as children. We are coming through as learners, as seekers, as gatherers. Gatherers of information, gatherers of possibilities, gatherers. And a child having the whole world open to them is what every child has at a certain point of their lives. But it can also be completely overwhelming and not being ready for that possibility. And so here with the Page of Pentacles, there is a sense of bounty opening up. There is a sense of the universe is opened, but this is the time to learn how to use those possibilities, because it all depends on the resources when that door closes to that child. It all depends on the world. And so here, we're looking at that quite honestly. And we're going to see quite powerfully the way that we can move ourselves forward, the opportunities that are coming to us, what we are planting and what we are letting go, and where it is that we want to be. This is a time of possibilities. This is a time of tremendous wealth and beauty and prosperity opening up. It's like, do I walk through or do I turn my back on this gift? It would be a shame. It would be a shame if we kept this time as the forever fighting time and we didn't take this gift. Our subconscious chakra energy is love, the heart chakra. Let the heart chakra shine. Let your love and your passion and your beauty shine forward, because Taurus, my goodness, with your sensual earth energy, that grounds you and roots you, and your passion and your determination, you can conquer it all. The subconscious energy to be mindful of, that's the Chariot. That's letting the heart run away with you. It really is. It's being caught up in other person's dream. It's being caught up in our own dreams without any kind of form of practical plan. It's looking and pushing and desiring more and more and more without ever balancing and calibrating. So that's going to be important to be mindful of. And it brings us then to our subconscious tarot message, which is the Three of Swords. Subconsciously, we have to look at the hurt and the pain that has defined us for so long, the doubts and the fears and the chaos, and take that weapon, take what has pinned us down, what has denied us, and now making it into what we have survived and the weapon that we wield as we move forward. It's like, now I am a fierce warrior instead of a person hiding away, so shattered by pain that it seems impossible to embrace more. All right, Taurus. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the bounty that is to come. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Taurus.